You ever hear about a body so strong it can repel blades and literally break hammers? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a comic book, but for centuries, it's been a legendary goal in Shaolin martial arts. Today, we're going to dive into one of the 72 arts of Shaolin, the Iron Ox skill. Let's get into it.
Man, this ancient verse, it just sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? It tells you two things right off the bat. This is going to be incredibly difficult, but the power you get is on another level. The path to forging an Iron Ox body is a long one. We're talking decades of dedication. It's a skill designed to turn your own core into a weapon.
So what exactly is this skill? Well, think of it as a specialized type of hard qigong. It's all focused on conditioning your abdomen and your waist to a degree that is almost unbelievable. The whole point is to make your midsection pretty much impervious to powerful strikes. You're essentially building an internal suit of armor.
And that's the million-dollar question, right? How do you even start? It's not about lifting weights or doing crunches. The process is a totally unique and, let's be honest, a really painful journey of self-conditioning that pushes the absolute limits of human endurance. Let's see how they forge that foundation.
Every great skill starts with a solid foundation, and the Iron Ox is no different. These first stages are all about building up a tolerance to pain and hardening the body from the inside out, and you do it using nothing more than your own two hands.
Okay, so the training begins in a stable horse stance. You start by just tapping your own abdomen with your fingertips, lightly at first, then you slowly increase the force. Once you've mastered that, you move on to using your open palms and then finally your closed fists. And we're not talking a few reps, we're talking hundreds and eventually thousands of strikes, day in and day out.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the motion. It's not just about standing still. As you can see, the practitioner is striking themselves while turning their body. Why? To make sure every single muscle fiber of the core is getting hit and conditioned. And this isn't some once-a-day workout. The original texts say you have to do this 4 times a day, morning, noon, evening, and night. Total dedication.
So what's the whole point of this first phase? It's all about completely rewiring your body's natural response to pain. The bruising, the soreness, that instinct to flinch away, all of that has to go. The end goal is to get to a point where you can hit your own abdomen with a full-force punch, and it feels like, well, like nothing at all.
Okay, so once your body doesn't even register pain from your own strikes, that's when the training gets really intense. The foundation has been built, now it's time to test it against things that aren't you. This is where the skill really starts to live up to its name.
This chart really nails the evolution of the training. You graduate from using your own flesh and bone to using actual tools. The goal shifts from just enduring pain to actively resisting and straight up repelling forceful impacts from the outside.
The next step is just wild. You start striking your abdomen with a wooden stick. Then you move up to a wooden hammer, and eventually a heavy metal hammer. The force just keeps increasing, methodically, pushing the body's resilience way, way beyond what you'd think is humanly possible. And get this. This is probably my favorite detail from the whole text. It says that when a true master of the Iron Ox skill gets struck on the abdomen, you don't hear the dull thud you'd expect. No, you hear a clear, ringing sound, almost like you're striking solid metal.
This all just sounds impossibly brutal, right? I mean, constantly and deliberately beating on your own body, that should lead to some serious internal injuries. But it doesn't. And the reason why reveals that there's a lot more going on here than just brute force. There's a secret ingredient.
You see, this was never just a physical discipline. It was a medicinal one too. The Shaolin monks were masters of herbal medicine. They developed a very specific formula to use with the Iron Ox training, all designed to heal the body, prevent damage, and actually speed up the whole conditioning process.
And here it is. This is the recipe. A pretty complex mix of roots, barks, and all kinds of herbs. You've got ingredients in here like ru shang, that's frankincense, and dong gai, which were both known for invigorating blood circulation and cutting down on swelling. The whole concoction was ground into a fine powder, mixed with wine, and then rubbed onto the abdomen like a liniment after every single training session.
So what this really shows us is that the Iron Ox skill isn't just about being tough. It's an incredibly advanced, holistic system. You've got the yang of the intense physical training, combined with the yin of sophisticated herbal medicine. One breaks the body down, and the other builds it back, but stronger than it ever was before.
So, after decades of this painstaking process, what's the result? What's the ultimate point of turning your body into a literal fortress? Well, let's take a look at the final test of a master.
At the absolute peak of this skill, the practitioner's defense becomes something else entirely. It's an absolute shield. They can be completely relaxed, not even tensing their muscles, and withstand blows that would seriously injure or even kill a normal person.
And this image shows that peak perfectly. The final demonstration is mind-blowing. The master lies down, they place a massive stone block on their stomach, sometimes weighing up to 100 kilograms, that's 220 pounds. Then, someone else takes a sledgehammer and smashes the block to pieces, while the practitioner underneath is completely unharmed. Their breathing doesn't even change.
So why do it? The practical reasons are pretty clear. In any fight, the core is a huge target. The Iron Ox skill basically takes that target off the table. But it's more than just combat. It develops a level of physical and mental resilience that's almost impossible to comprehend. You're building a foundation of strength that supports every other part of your life.
And we'll end with this really profound thought from the text. This skill, this incredible internal strength that's forged through decades of pain and medicine and unwavering discipline, it has no price tag. And yet, it's a treasure that's more precious and way harder to get than all the gold in the world. It really makes you wonder, right? What kind of inner strength are we all capable of building in our own lives?